All right, Shazam is finally here and you're all set. You've got your tickets, you've got your friends together, you've staked out the theater you think Zachary Levi is going to show up at. Only problem is, you've never heard of a character called Shazam and you're too embarrassed to ask your friends at this point. Don't worry, we've got you covered with Geek Primer Shazam Edition. So if you've never heard of Shazam, we don't blame you. For most of his history, he wasn't even called Shazam. He was Captain Marvel. No, not that Captain Marvel. This Captain Marvel. He's from way back in 1939, when a company called Fawcett Comics first published him in Whiz Comics #2. Captain Marvel starts out as a 12-year-old boy named Billy Batson. He's a homeless newsboy in New York City, and he follows a stranger down into the subway who takes him to a secret room where this old wizard lives. The wizard's name is actually Shazam. This wizard's been fighting evil for 3,000 years, and he's getting old at this point. So he brings Billy over to become the new hero. All Billy has to do is say the magic word, Shazam, and a lightning bolt hits him, and he becomes Captain Marvel. But then Fawcett Comics gets a lawsuit. DC Comics says in federal court that Captain Marvel is way too close to a hero they have, Superman. Why didn't Marvel Comics jump in on this? They weren't even called Marvel Comics yet. They're still called Timely Comics. They won't be called Marvel Comics until 1961. Fawcett Comics finally sells the rights for Captain Marvel to DC Comics. By 1972, they relaunched Captain Marvel, but by then, copyright had lapsed, and the newly named Marvel Comics had nabbed this great name for a hero of theirs and introduced their own Captain Marvel. DC's Captain Marvel is eventually relaunched. They bring back the wizard Shazam, who's now a spirit who lives on the Rock of Eternity. He's one of the Agents of Order. The Agents of Chaos have their own version of Captain Marvel. His name's Black Adam. He was originally supposed to be the villain in this movie, and The Rock was cast to play him, but they decided, The Rock's so big, let's give him his own movie. In this movie, the bad guy is going to be Dr. Savannah. He's a mad scientist, which was one of Captain Marvel's original enemies, and mad scientists were a dime a dozen back then. Captain Marvel started to pick up a little bit more during the mid-2000s, in Infinite Crisis in '52, but by 2011, DC decided they didn't want to have any confusion with Marvel's Captain Marvel, so they've been calling him Shazam ever since. So what does Shazam stand for? The magic word that Billy Batson has to say to turn into Captain Marvel, it's an acronym for the names of the 6 elders: Solomon, Hercules, Atlas, Zeus, Achilles, and Mercury. When Billy turns into Captain Marvel, it's still Billy's personality, just in a big, strong dude. That's why Captain Marvel is super childlike. Think big, but with superpowers. All right, now you're all set with the basics to go see Shazam, so enjoy the movie, subscribe to our channel, let us know what you think about the movie in the comments, and if you have any geek questions that you think would be a good geek primer, let us know.